You know that quote that says, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity? Well, that's kind of like where I've been with my finances for my entire life. It really started probably honestly in college. I remember I was always the person who didn't have spending money and like was calling my mom to get money for eating out because I didn't want to go to the dining hall by myself. And it's always been a problem of mine. And every year I say that I'm going to do something different and I'm going to get my finances in check. And it's finally, this goal that I'm going to achieve. And every year, it's like the same thing and I'm sick of it. So I was thinking earlier today about doing a financial reset. And I'm thinking if I come up with this list of things that I'm easily can achieve and focus on them, maybe each month I can build a new habit. And then by the end of the year, I'll get further along than I am this year. So these are a few things that I'm planning on doing, and I'm probably going to focus on one goal a month that is like my monthly focus. Hopefully it becomes a good habit, and then I can move on to another goal. So these are the things that I'm going to be doing. 1, tracking my spending. I've actually started getting kind of good at this. I have a Google form that I use, and every day I have an alarm that goes off at 8:30 p.m. and I input all of my spending for the day. And I have the spending under different categories. So it'll be like living expenses, bills, entertainment, eating out, gas station, sending money to my son, just things that are different categories that I need to work on. And some of the things that I've struggled with is spending too much money at the convenience store, going to the grocery store too much, eating out for no reason, and just like sending money to my son for random snacks after school when really I could just pack him an extra snack from the house. So that's just become a bad habit. So I'm going to be tracking my spending, which I've been doing that since December of last year. So I've been getting pretty consistent with it. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is focusing on earning more income passively. So focusing on the things that I can build that will continue to give me income without doing extra work. So my Teachers Pay Teachers store, hopefully YouTube eventually, maybe I could monetize this, I don't know, and my blog. And I just, I have different affiliates that I promote, and I really don't do anything for them, and I could be focusing more of my energy there. So that's the second thing. One of my other goals is hold on, sorry. One of my other goals is to be more intentional about eating out. So I have a habit of just like not wanting to cook dinner or throwing money for my son to get, lunch after school with his friends, or Starbucks. The kids go to Starbucks after school, and I want to be more intentional about eating out. Instead of going to restaurants that we go to all the time or getting a pizza on a Friday night, I want to intentionally plan the times that we're eating out. So we're eating out only 2 to 4 times a month, but then we can invest more money in those experiences. There are a few places like all you can eat seafood buffets in Houston that we really want to check out, but because we're spending money at like fast food places and just other restaurants that really aren't that great, we never really get to have those experiences. So I'm really trying to be more intentional about that. Another thing that I want to focus on, and this is a big thing, is being more intentional about grocery store trips. So I want to go to the grocery store only once a week. so 4 times a month, because I find myself stopping at the grocery store after work or on the weekends or when we need something, and then it becomes like an additional, oh my gosh, I'm like stuttering, an additional huge purchase, and I'm wasting so much money. But if I commit to once a week, then I can definitely cut down on my spending. And once I commit to once a week, I could possibly do once every 2 weeks, and then even once a month, because the less you go to the grocery store, the less you spend each time, and you can really get your budget under control. One other thing I want to cut out is convenience store trips. It's just such a waste of money. It's so much more expensive than the grocery store, and we're buying things that really aren't good for our health. So in turn, the things that I'm doing to get my finances under control are also things that, they have benefits. They have a benefit in more areas than one. It's not just my finances, it's my health, it's my weight, everything. Just in order to have like an overall glow up, I can definitely cut back on some of the unhealthy habits that we have around spending. And the last thing that I really want to focus on, actually second to last, is I need to do a weekly money meeting as a family. So instead of me just looking at my finances, I want to sit down with my son and be like, this is where our money went this week, and track the chart of it so that he sees like there's all these things that he wants. He wants more clothes. He wants another pair of sneakers. He wants a new fishing pole. Well, that's great, but we spent $100 eating out fast food this week, and we could have bought that fishing pole. So I think it's really good for our children to also see where our money is being spent, so that they understand how easy it is to go off track. And if we want to be intentional about what we're spending money on, then we really need to be tracking it and pay attention to what we're spending on. Lastly, I want to read one financial book a month, and whether that's an audiobook or a paperback, it doesn't really matter, but there's just financial habits that I just don't understand. I don't understand anything about investing. Budgeting is hard for me, and I've also read financial books in the past that, at the time I was like, this is a great book, but have I implemented anything in the book? No. So that's another thing I really need to do, is go back, read some of the books that I've already read, and then pick things to implement and actually do them. So I'm not just absorbing the information, I'm actually following through and doing something about it. So anyways, that's what I'm doing to get my finances under control, and hopefully put some money in the savings account, and just be able to follow a budget, and just actually just get ahead in life. Because right now I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and it honestly doesn't matter how much money I have. I just realized what my hair looks like, and I have this stupid clip on my head. But anyways, just focusing on those things I think will be really beneficial for my own finances and for just teaching my son how to manage money. So anyways, that's what I'm doing. Do you have any financial goals this year? I would love to hear about them, so drop them in the comments. Thank you.